Hey, this is Derek Depker here, founder of ExcuseProof.com and #1 bestselling author of The Healthy Habit Revolution, here with a review of The Energy Blueprint from Ari Whitten. Now, I originally wanted to explore this program to see if it was something I was going to recommend to my followers, to my readers who are interested in improving their own energy levels. But it also was something that I personally had a curiosity in because for many years, partly one of the reasons I think I got it so into health and fitness was that I've suffered from low energy fatigue off and on for many years and wanted to come up with solutions for myself. And I know for me, I've heard the same things that you've probably heard, eat your fruits and vegetables, get enough sleep, manage your stress levels, kind of the everyday common sense things that we've heard. And what I love about Ari's approach is he goes so much deeper and so much beyond that. And I'm going to share some of the things that, the way he set up the Energy Blueprint. And I've spent over 10 years researching health and fitness. I'm a pretty avid researcher. He's come up with all kinds of things that I haven't heard about before and had all kinds of new discoveries going through the program. So something I'm really excited to share with you. And it's got to be the most comprehensive program I've ever seen put together on not just how to optimize your energy, but really how to optimize your overall wellness. I mean, it goes beyond just what you do with your physical body, but it even has fascinating strategies in the program on stress and your mindset and the neurotransmitters and neurochemistry, so you get your brain working in the program too. So let's take a quick behind the scenes look at the Energy Blueprint, what you get if and when you decide to enroll in the Energy Blueprint. So here you see the main dashboard. There's 8 modules. There's bonus sections and then the contact information and so on. So with each of these modules, it starts out with circadian rhythm. And I learned a lot of fascinating things about circadian rhythm. And this goes beyond just, get 8 hours of sleep. I mean, we're talking about things where how temperature affects your sleep. We're talking about research on how noise impacts your sleep. We're talking about the things that disrupt your circadian rhythms, especially around light and the different types of light and how it affects you and how your room lighting can be affecting you and things that you can do, really simple changes to enhance your sleep quality. So if you're someone who, like me, for years I might go, well, I'm getting 8 or 9 hours of sleep, but I'm still feeling tired in the morning. I still don't ever feel quite refreshed whenever I wake up. I learned a lot of things that I was screwing up when it came to my circadian rhythm that went beyond just how much sleep you get. And so as you see, you have the module, and although it says module 1, within each module is going to be a number of lessons. So in this case, it has 2 lessons, so 2 different videos. You see the first video is 1 hour and 46 minutes. It is quite an in-depth program. There's, I don't know how many hours, but many hours of training. You see things like a breakdown, and I'll quickly open it up. A breakdown of summary guides and PDFs. So you see 17 key sleep habits. You see the 10-10 sleep challenge. You see circadian rhythm habits. So I'll quickly open up one so you can see an example. And these help summarize all the content you get in the video, and then you get a summary that helps you sort of take away the key points. So you see things like get bright light at the beginning of the day. I learned the importance of how light right at the start of your day affects all kinds of hormones and a lot of physiological processes. If you really like science, if you really like a lot of research, then you're going to love this training because Ari's done his research. It's crazy the amount of research he's put into this. And if you're someone who's like, okay, I'm practical, I just want some of the takeaways, then you also have some takeaways like light, the impact of movement, the impact of nutrition, the impact of temperature on circadian rhythm. So that's an example of how that one particular section is broken down. And then if we come back, we'll keep looking through some of these different sections. You see the cutting edge science of nutrition. Now, one of the things with all the research that's out there is if you are an avid researcher, or if you're someone who's been scared off from research because you found it to be overwhelming, then this is going to be a relief for you because Ari has done so much of the research for you and he's helped distill it and make sense of it. So I've spent over 10 years. I started doing this since, 2003, and he's found things that I've never found. He's come up with all kinds of practical strategies of how to actually make use of this research in your day-to-day life. Nutrition is one of those big things where there's so much conflicting information. Is it high carbs or low carbs, high fat or low fat, high protein, low protein, raw food, vegan, vegetarian, paleo? What's the best diet? It's so crazy how much information there is out there. He's done an incredible job of breaking down why there's so much conflicting information, so much contradiction, and explain some of the nuance behind that. So, for instance, in Module 2, obviously this is going to be, nutrition's a big topic. So there's 7 different lessons. Within each of these lessons, he's got a cookbook, shopping guide, a vegan cookbook, water intake summary, nutrition summary. I mean, he has really gone in depth with this course. And then you learn about orexin, which is fascinating. Orexin is one of the key components behind your energy levels and your feeling of wakefulness. So throughout the program, you'll learn simple strategies for increasing your orexin. And sometimes it's things like, for instance, I learned one strategy that was profound for increasing orexin. And what that is it's something really simple. You probably heard of before, but there's a trick to it. And what that was walking. Right? Walking can increase your orexin levels, but here's the thing. You go, well, okay, walking, that's not a big deal. Well, it's a very specific time of day. What the research found was walking after a meal had a positive impact on orexin. So you might be walking, but did you know that walking after a meal, for instance, is going to have this particular boost to orexin? So if I'm just going to be walking at a random time of day, that might not be as effective as choosing when I walk in order to maximize some of the things going on with physiology. You'll also learn different timings for exercise, what gets certain results. So a lot of little tidbits and nuggets of information that you get in this course. So you see, once again, an example breakdown. So within this, you still get the same, cookbooks and PDF. Let's head back to the main dashboard so you really see what you get with this. Now that you see how it's broken down, you'll see the exercise and movement habits. That's where I learned about the walking and orexin. And you'll see the big thing is mitochondria, and how to increase mitochondrial function, things that interfere with mitochondrial function. And this is really, from my own research as well, mitochondria seems to be the hot topic for maximizing your energy, as well as so many health issues come from mitochondrial dysfunction. You'll learn about that. You'll learn about how to time your eating is another thing. So it goes beyond just simply what do you eat, is how do you time it, what are you doing with your circadian rhythms, all of this. So then Module 5 continues on the mitochondria. Module 6, one of my favorites, was on the neuroscience. So this is your brain, this is your stress. I learned from Mark Waldman, the number one most powerful way to reduce your stress levels neurologically. And this is something it could be done in 60 seconds, 60 seconds to, 2 minutes, you can dramatically decrease your neurological stress levels. And it was crazy. And it was something that of all my research, I had never come across this. And it's so simple. And it's something that I guarantee that you're going to be able to do and implement. And it's something that Mark teaches big companies and busy professionals on how to do it. And you get that in Mark's other tips and things in this training. So Ari brought in other experts like Mark. He brought in some other experts that he interviews on these different topics, and they share their best strategies with you. You learn about overcoming emotional trauma, things that happen in childhood that can affect us as an adult, can affect our energy levels, and you learn about the impact that trauma has and how to resolve these traumas. So it goes far beyond, obviously, just eat some vegetables and get some more sleep. Then Module 7 and 8 are on Hormesis. And Hormesis is basically your body's adapting to stress in a positive way, or using stress to actually enhance health. So if you think about it, exercise is a form of stress, but in the right doses, it actually helps your body cope with stress and increase energy levels. So there's certain stressors that in small doses can actually improve your health. And that's really the concept of Hormesis. And it's the breaking down in Module 7 and 8, these different ways of using Hormesis to your advantage. Then you get extra bonuses. So you see, we'll take a quick look at these bonuses here. Energy Blueprint Cookbook, which you saw that earlier, the PDF, the top science-backed supplements for energy enhancement. So these are, I mean, there's so many supplements out there. Ari has come to similar conclusions that I've come to. That it's like, what are the things that are going to be the biggest bang for the buck, the things that are actually backed up by research to work, that are going to enhance your health and your energy? And he's broken that down into all this one guide. And the cutting edge neuroscience to reprogram your brain for optimal energy. So this is, once again, this is where it was Mark Waldman sharing his strategies. Heidi Hanna shares her strategies. And then bonus for the mitochondrial biogenesis protocol. Once again, mitochondria key is your cell's energy powerhouse. Usually like a power plant analogy. So this is a specific protocol. Now, as you can see, there's quite a bit. I haven't shown you just how many videos there are in each of these sections. And it is incredibly in-depth while also being incredibly practical and giving you summaries and takeaways and practical action steps that you can take. So whether you want the in-depth research or whether you just want the takeaways, you're going to get it. But here's one of the biggest things about this program. What I found is that there's something Ari does in this program that actually inspired me to want to take action, that inspired me to want to implement these changes in my life. Because I don't know if you're anything like me. Have you ever read a book and said, oh, that's a great idea, and then you didn't do anything with it? Or gotten a course, but you didn't always apply the information? See, what Ari does in this, it works on a psychological level, is that he actually motivates you to want to take action. He actually motivates you to want to implement these things. And the reason being is that he shares so many reasons and explanations why these things work. Now, if he just said, do some different things with your light in order to enhance your circadian rhythms, I'd be like, that's kind of cool, and then I'd forget about it. But when he gives you the research, when he gives you the statistics that he gives you and the science and the details behind it, it makes it practical, it makes it real, and you really know that A, he knows what he's talking about, and B, there's a lot of good science to back up the information that's in it. And, maybe it's just me personally, when I hear the science, when I hear the explanation, when it's hammered home so clearly and with so much depth, then I'm like, I gotta go do this, start doing it, and start seeing the benefits of it. So it's also, from a psychological standpoint, it's designed very well in that way too. So the Energy Blueprint is something that I'm excited just for my own sake. All the cool things that I've learned and am still learning from Ari. He's got a great podcast too, by the way. And so I'm excited just the impact that it's had in my own life, and I'm especially excited to be able to share it with you and recommend it with you. So if you get the program, when you get it, send me an email, info@excuseproof.com, and I got a couple bonuses. One is a 30-minute coaching session with me on how to implement what you've learned, on the top takeaways, on how to create the healthy habits that you're going to stick with, which is my specialty. And you're also going to get a free copy of my book, The Healthy Habit Revolution. So to pick up your copy of the Energy Blueprint, go to excuseproof.com/energy blueprint. Once again, go to excuseproof.com/energy blueprint, and then send me an email, info@excuseproof.com, and claim your bonus coaching session and your free copy of The Healthy Habit Revolution. This is Derek. If you have any questions, once again, you can email me, and I wish you the best. Take care.